Any expectations when you get to Alec or two linebackers back? Jacobson?
No, we're kind of taking it day by day. I think we're expecting them both back soon. I think TJ may be a little bit sooner, but we're expecting them both back soon. Right now, it's an opportunity to work out some depth issues, and so we're going through that right now. There's some growing pains with that, a lot of young guys, and there's a lot into it. Much like in spring, the thought is you could slow it down and take it piece by piece, or you could put it all in, and so we put it all in. So there's some swimming going on, but we'll be better for it in the long run.
Do you have a timetable on Patterson or Farrar?
I don't. I think from everything that I've been told, Farrar's injury is not a significant one, and they're going to work him back in soon. And I think Patterson was along those lines. I think Farrar may be a little bit sooner than Patterson. But I expect we should be. Right now we're not at full strength, obviously, and I expect very soon, right prior to our first game, to be at full strength.
Can you talk about the challenges a guy like Brookins has to make, when he's transitioning to a linebacker, some of the things he has to go through?
Right. Well, I think like today's a great example. There's a lot of positive pass rush ability. There's a lot of positive one-on-one covering backs, covering tight ends. Those are all things he did in his other life, And so he's got such a huge advantage in those things over some of the guys that we have, freshmen and whatnot. But things that he's still working on and improving on is being in the box, defending an A and B gap. It's 23 personnel, and they're running double lead in there, doing fitting those up. And so he's, it's been improvement. I will say that he has improved, and he wants to get better, and he wants to win a job. And so I'm a big fan of his. I want to see him do well.
Quick follow-up: what is the first thing he needs to learn on those fits? Is it hands? Is it just contact? Is it reads?
It's contact. It's putting your body in best position. So same foot, same shoulders, so you're strong, have a base, and you can explode through a blocker. I think the things that are out in space really come natural to him. We're still working out the learning part of it when it comes to close contact.
Dave, I know you're looking at a lot of guys with Jacobson every time. What's kind of the story? I mean, he appears to be at least a guy you're looking at.
Right. Yeah. Colley's a guy that I trust. He's a guy that has earned the respect of the team. Colley banged up his shoulder some, finished practice, and we're about to be 4 down. And so he finished it, and there's a toughness about him. You say anything to him, you say something to him one time, he knows it, he's able to apply it. There's a great football savviness to him, and he's played every position. He's played outside linebacker, F and B, he played rover. We moved him to Mac last night, so he's played all 4, and he does it with no complaints. And I'm a big fan of his.
You have talked at length since you got here about forcing turnovers.
Right.
And I imagine it's something you evaluate every offseason.
Right.
Is there anything more you can do in practice to try to increase those numbers? Are you at that point where you've exhausted all options?
Yeah, I think so. I think, I've been some other places. You go, I visited the Philadelphia Eagles. They have like a belt, like a championship belt. Whoever creates takeaways has the belt, and it moves around. And we're not at that point yet where we have a championship belt for takeaways, but we're right at that stage. We're doing about everything else. We're tagging them. The ball's on the ground. We're scooping and scoring. We've been getting takeaways really since last spring, and then this fall camp we've been getting takeaways. And so, I'm excited about it. I try not to brag on it too much because nothing counts yet, but we'll see what happens.
So your experience that when you get the first one in the games, things kind of snowball?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, I think the one guy that in particular, when you talk to takeaways that I've talked to extensively, is David Gibbs. He's over at Texas Tech now. He was at Houston. He's one of the few guys that have been tops in the league in takeaways, or tops in college football, year in, year out. Most teams are like how we were, right? We were way up there in Hawaii one year, and then the very next year, I think Hawaii, we were down. We were middle of the pack, so it's very momentum has a lot to do with it. And kind of, you've got one ball hawk that is able to come down with it, but once you get one, then there's a good chance of getting others. And so we're in that phase right now. I think our guys are feeling that, but like I say, we'll see if we can get that extended to October, November, and December.
Seems like a guy that's been able to get his hands on a couple balls. Now he hasn't caught them yet, but like Derek Tyndall, what have you liked about him so far?
Playing with confidence. Playing with confidence, I think. And he mentioned it today. I was talking to him today, and so he was saying that he got the freshman jitters out. He's playing, he's owning his role, and he's owning his job, and so that's what you want. So it takes that accountability and is able to put their own personality and their spin into it. And so I love it when he's out there talking and doing his thing. So he plays well when that's the case. Looking forward to more of that.
You mentioned freshman jitters. Is it also probably understandable he had a rough year last year given off the field?
Yeah. So it was big, you know, from the environment where he's coming from to this environment. And then, like you said, the personal stuff he's going through, there's a lot of turbulence there, and so I think he's in a real good place right now. I'm excited to see him.
In the spring, you mentioned you expected Tanner McAvoy to start at safety. Do you still have that expectation?
Yeah, you know, he's getting great work at receiver. You know, when the offense we're going against the offense, I always make sure to see where Tanner goes, the field or boundary, because we try to get a double on him. You know, try not to make the call too soon. And so he's a weapon, and so he brings that same type of impact to our side. And so, you know, we're doing what's best for the team, all for it.
Does he need some time with you guys though at some point?
I think he will, and you know, he has had a lot in spring, and I think he's comfortable. And the things that we're doing right now are the things that he's done. And there's a few things here later in camp that we're going to be outside of kind of stretching our limits, so to speak. And I'd expect he'd get some work at that point.
You figured out some depth at safety now? Guys like Leo Musso and Dakota Dixon.
Yeah, Leo's making plays. Excited about that. He had a great couple plays today. Dakota Dixon's really shining, rushing the passer and run fits. You know, he's starting to feel comfortable right now. He's working through some of his own freshman jitters with his injury and everything that happened last year. So there's some talent there. We got, you know, one of the positive things with Tanner being a receiver and us always trying to double him is that the other guys get some work.
Dave, when you're out recruiting, how often do you get a chance to evaluate a guy in a different sport? Maybe it's wrestling, maybe it's basketball.
A lot, yeah, a lot. I think like say if you recruit a place like Florida especially, and you go to some of the bigger schools, I think those are the types of guys that we can attach ourselves to and will be attracted to us. The guys that are playing multiple sports, the guys that maybe football is not their main sport. Great student that really shines in basketball or shines in other sports. There's a possible steal there. We've got to be all about that.
You've been pretty consistent on who's getting those first team reps on the D-line. Is that picture more clear?
I think it is. It's clearer than it is in some of the other spots. And those guys have been playing well. We're really excited about the technique they've been playing with Coach Brechterfield. I think he's doing an outstanding job. And he's got him in the palm of his hand right now. And those guys are hunting for him. So it's exciting to see. They're going to continue to get better. All right.